Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I'm back for another I Saw It in Somerset Studio Magazine. This is August, September, October 2025, Volume 29, Issue 3. And we are going to page 84 and so on, because it goes on for multiple pages. But this one's by Mags Woodcock. I tend to like a lot of her stuff, but we're going to work on something like this. I don't know if those are card fronts or journaling cards, but of course they will work for either. It doesn't really matter. But that is our inspiration today. And of course mine are going to look different because, you know, I have different stuff than what she has, but yeah, they're just fun. So I really like them. I think she burnt those. I don't know that I'll be burning anything. I don't really like to do that, but we can play around and do some other things maybe. So I'm going to use Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, but of course you could use watercolor or whatever to do this with. And there's a freebie in the description box below, and that's all these little hand-drawn flowers that I did for this. So that is below in the description box. So anytime I say there's a freebie in a video, it's in the description box, okay? So I'm going to grab a piece of this to put down so we don't totally destroy my mat, although I probably will. And this is just regular white, like 65-pound white cardstock, nothing fancy or no fancy like watercolor paper or anything like that, just regular old paper. Just looking for what paintbrush I want to use. And I'm going to use Vintage Photo. I need to grab the rest of those. I thought I had them down here. But Vintage Photo, Peacock Feathers, and Ground Espresso is what I'll be using for this. So I'm going to get the water there. And I have some of the colors in here already because I've been using this lately. I love this, just using this little palette. I don't know. I've had it forever. I don't know why I didn't think of it before, but I can just let them dry on there. And then when you get them wet again, they work. So it's kind of a great thing to do. So I've cut out some of the flowers already, and I'm not much of a rhinestone girl, so I just punched circles out of a cereal box. You can see cereal box on the back with a hole punch, and then painted them black. She used black rhinestones. I don't have any, and like I said, that's not really my style. Nothing wrong with it, and if you have them, use them. They look super cute in it. It's just I don't have any, so. And then these are my flowers that we'll use. And probably what I would do if I was not making videos, I would paint these and then cut them out. But because, you know, doing the video and all of that, I'm going to paint them after I cut them out, kind of thing. So I'm going to use a smaller brush for that part and a larger brush for the background. So I think I'll start with a background first, and I'm gonna just kind of get some water on here. It's not gonna work like watercolor paper, so if you want more of the regular watercolor effect, you may want to, you know, use watercolor paper as your background, but I think it'll be just fine. I just need some water on this. This is the Vintage Photo, and I'm just gonna go around, and it doesn't matter, just put it on. However, because we're going to put some other things over it, I'm going to use a little bit of the darker color as well. And the turquoise color, I want lots of water in that. I got some brown in there, but that's fine. Because I want it just light. Because I want the flowers to stand out, right? I don't want to make the background the same color as the flowers, because that makes it difficult when you go to have the flowers on there. Okay, and I'm gonna let that dry. And we'll add some other splatters, but let's get just the base of it done. Pasha's in here. He's hanging out over in the window. I've got a little box for him to sit in the window. He likes that because he can look out and he can have some sunshine. And he can snort his snotty nose. I think his nose is worse than it sounds. And like I said, he does tend to huff and puff whenever he's feeling slighted or whatnot. But he definitely has an allergy or a nose issue for sure. As he's gotten older, that's become pretty apparent. Oops, I didn't want that on the... Okay, so I'm going to set those aside, and then we'll work on the flowers. I'm going to just put the turquoise on the flowers, not anything else. I'm looking for paper towels, sorry. I, of course, don't have them where they're supposed to be. And this is going to be a little tricky because this isn't like... what do you call it, inkjet or whatever, the one that doesn't like you don't mess up the ink if you get it wet. It's just regular Epson Eco Tank print, but I think it's fine. And I'm just going to put the color in there. Like I said, it'd probably be easier to paint them first and then watercolor or cut them out. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy when you're doing something else. Talking is like, it's bad. So while I do this, I will say hugs and blessings to Nancy, Mitzi, Linda, and Carol. You guys are the bomb, and I thank you so much for all you do for me. I love you guys. And welcome to new subscribers. And welcome back to those of you that have been with me for a long time or a short time. I appreciate all of you so much. I hope you're having a great day. And welcome to new subscribers. Yeah, said that already, but seriously. So you could do your flowers any colors you wanted. I just kind of liked that blue and brown combo. So that's what I'm going to do. But you could definitely do these in a million different ways and make cards or like greeting cards or journaling cards or whatever. So yeah, just like have fun with it. What are you doing over there, Kato? You done with the box for today? He's got to check out if there's any plastic on the table that he can lick, because that's one of his favorite things to do, is lick plastic. Don't ask me why, because I do not know. Because he's silly. So we'll just start with this and then go from there, and if we have time we can do more. Probably gonna go see, my daughter's here visiting, and so he's probably gonna go see what her and my husband are up to. Oh no, he found plastic. Darn. Oh no, he found a piece of crinkly paper. Okay, let's look at these and say, what do we want before I stop to dry? Because yeah, some of the ink's coming off from the printer, so you might want to draw your own flowers. I don't know. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not great either. So that one, I think I want more of the turquoise. I guess they'll just be that much more rustic looking. Oh my goodness, dude. All right, I'm going to get these dry and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and they're dry. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping. Well, that's a little wet right there, but we'll try not to get anything there. Do this one first. And this is just a old Stampin' Up! Stamp that I've had forever. So I know it's cool, but I don't think they have it anymore. But just any script stamp you have, Tim Holtz, whatever. I'm going to stamp this one off once. And just get some text on there. Oops. I want a little more in the middle of that one. I mean, stuff's going to get covered up and all that, so it doesn't really matter exactly how it is. And then I've got some cicada wing paper, and this I have in the description box under my Amazon stuff. You can get it. It's just kind of a real thin paper that's nice to collage with and stuff, and you can put it over things like playing cards, and yeah, it's just a fun paper. I'm just going to put some pieces of it on here and there. The nice part is you don't have to ink it because it's already that kind of inked color, so that's fun. I'm going to crinkle mine a little bit because I like it like that. I mean, I figure if you're going to put the paper on there, it's nice to see the texture of it. But you could do sewing tissue, or if you can find some regular tissue. And this might be the time of year to check out. I know Amazon also has a tissue paper that is a little bit lighter than this. But you might check out, let's say, Hallmarks or Hobby Lobby or those kind of places to see if they have fall tissue papers that are, you know, a little bit darker colors. And what would also be kind of cool is I have this that has some ink on it. And this is just packing paper that I got in a package. And I use it to distress or spray or whatever, just like I'm using this deli paper. But that would add like a cool textury, something textury is really the goal here. And maybe I have this brown lace, and I was thinking it might look kind of cool on one of them. Just whatever you've got, browns, or, you know, whatever the colorway that is that you're doing, because you could be doing something entirely different. You could even do these for Christmas. I think they would be cute with just do the flowers in red and maybe sort of neutral backgrounds or something. So you don't even have to do it this way. You can choose how you want it to look. I'll trim that a little. I don't really want them directly touching. Not that it matters, but. And then a little something down here, I think. So yeah, packing paper is easy enough to come by. So if you don't have the cicada wing, you don't have to have it. Okay, and then around that, she has done kind of like a border. You could stitch it, but I'm going to use this fat number 10 micron in black. And just kind of make a border on there. And you can decide, you know, where you want it. And it doesn't, you don't need it to be perfect. Hers is not perfect. Mine is not going to be perfect. That's kind of the fun part about it. And you could even go over parts again if you wanted to emphasize it even more. Something like that. Went a little far on that, but this is going to be interesting with the lace, but I do want to go over it because I think that's just how I want it. You could definitely stitch though. Just framing it up. Okay. Then we can add our flowers. And it would be, I get where the, what do you might call it? Rhinestones come in, because it would be nice to have something sparkly, but maybe we'll splatter with some gold afterwards or something like that, because I just don't have the rhinestones. But I'm understanding, you know, why originally she used those. And then you just got to play around and figure out where you want your flowers. I want to do, I don't want them to be the same. I'll do something like that. I might need more black thread, huh? What did I put? I mean, I have more right here, but I have enough for both of them. I'm going to grab my black thread, sorry. I have a bunch, but it's all mixed up with other threads, and I don't feel like tackling that at the moment, so let's use this. It's very staticky today. It's like, I'm not sure what the deal is with the air or whatever. I don't normally have so much static happening. Put some glue on the back of these. I'm not going to push it all the way down because I want to see where I want the other one first. Weird. Very odd static thing. Could be me. Maybe I'm very staticky today. Energy in the air. Okay, I need a paper towel again. Didn't want tons of glue because I don't like it when it oozes out all over, but now I'm feeling like I didn't get enough. So what kind of projects have you guys been up to? Anything fun? Getting ready for any holiday crafting? Oh, I gotta show you guys the new Christmas digital. Where in the world did I put that? Set it aside somewhere. I know it seems early, but when people are crafting, they do like to, you know, get started with whatever they're going to use. Or at least I know I do, because, man, Christmas comes like so quickly. I'm just going to set these in the middle. You really don't have to have anything in the middle, honestly, because they're already black, but it just kind of gives you a little bit of dimension. And you could pop them up if you wanted to, but I'm just going to put them on there. Yeah, I really just don't have rhinestones. So I'm going to put that over there, and then we'll work on this one. I need my black thread again. My staticky black thread. My cat left. Crazy little guy. He's been hanging out in here more now that I've got it organized better. It was just so disorganized and everything everywhere that he wasn't even coming in here. That's pretty bad. But it just gets like that when you're making videos all the time and everything. I don't know. I'm just not very good at it, I guess. It does tend to get out of control pretty easy. But now I kind of have things in their places. Not that it's the best maybe, but it definitely makes a difference when there's a place for stuff than when it's just kind of haphazard. Disaster. And then my brain starts to feel like the room, and that is never a good thing. That is bad. Much more relaxing when it's not like that. Yeah, we actually just moved back in here. The desk that the Glowforge was on before it bit the dust. We took it out because I was like, there's not enough room. But the way we moved everything around, I was able to put it kind of in the center as an island, like a kitchen island kind of idea. And that's super helpful too. It's always tricky gluing these things down when there's the string. So it always takes a little bit longer just because there's that, it's not level, it's not flat, so it wants to lift in weird ways. So if you do that, you might have to come back in and re-glue some stuff. I think I'm even going to put one of these in the little one, even though it's really big. I just like the way it pops up a little bit. I think it's cute on there. But yeah, that's easy enough. Cereal box, and then I just used black acrylic paint and went over them just, you know, one coat kind of thing. If you had some kind of black box, that would solve all your problems, but I did not. And then these are going to go onto black cardstock. And I got a water spot on that one, but it's going to get covered. And that will be what it'll be. Oh, I do want to splatter them. Let's splatter them with a little bit of gold. I just think that would look nice before I put them on the black. I'm going to use my fan brush this time because it's ridiculous when I use that on. This one's old and I've snipped the, I don't know how well you can see, but then it kind of does that splattery thing better. Some more water. Oopsie. See, lots of splatter. But I kind of like it. Of course, you can leave yours just how, you know, however you want them. You don't have to do that part. But I want it like that. So I'm going to pause again and I'll be right back because I got to get these dry. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to show you the new digital real quick and then we'll finish those up. But they're still drawn, just drying a tiny bit. So this one's called Rustic Christmas. And it is a, I believe, 21-page digital download. So I'll just flip through it real quick. There's these pages that are kind of like collage. I'm trying to find a place to put it. Of all different, you know, kind of Christmassy prints. And it is meant to look grungy. Like I've put a filter over it to make it look grungy and, you know, like it's been sanded and grungy. It's not just like crisp and what we normally think of for Christmas. And then there's blues and golds. Those are red, green, and gold, and cream, blue, gold, and cream. Pasha is back. And then there's these kind of primitive looking Santa Clauses that you can use for card fronts or journals. And then this is a pocket, and you can see you can fold it where this line here is fold it, and you could have a pocket with a card, like where it opens. You would just cut this and have to back it, obviously. Or you can have it be a pocket for a journal that it comes in and out of the pocket, and you could just glue this straight to the back after you cut along here just with a blade. Glue that to the back, and then you could have, you know, a pocket. You might want to shrink to fit when you print, because I thought I had it within the borders, but sometimes something always seems to sneak outside of the borders. So anyway, just do like a shrink to fit, or leave your page with a border, and then that won't get cut off. And then I shrunk them down so you can have them smaller if you want smaller size. There's angels too. And then this is the page with the snowman and the angels larger. And then there's there's 4 pages of like backing in gold, green and gold, blue and gold, red and gold. And then there's these pockets, the pockets, for lack of a better term. And this is another one that you could cut along here and have a pocket. You could cut along there, have a pocket. You know, it's up to you how you want to use them, or you can just use these ones and have them tuck at the back. You can also make hidden pockets with these by cutting the envelope part and having it so pulls out of this pocket. And then these are large mason jars. I thought they would be fun pockets. Well, some of these aren't that large, but like this one you could definitely use as a pocket, and these you could use as tucks, put them down in the corner of your page and have tuck behind them. So yeah, just fun. And here's some journaling cards, some holly, bells, just little bits to use wherever. And there's tags, 2 pages of tags in different format. Like these ones have larger, these ones have a little bit smaller tags. And then I also included this page, which is round playing cards. I made these bigger than the actual playing cards, and then these smaller, so you could use like the 25 together on something, you know, for your 25th of December. Or you can just use the whole big card as a tuck. And then there's a little crossword puzzle, a little word search puzzle to put wherever. So yeah, just some fun little bits to like add to journaling cards or tags or whatever you want to do with them. Add them to collage. So yeah, that is what I have for my rustic Christmas. I think I'll be doing either 1 or 2 more kits. I don't know exactly how yet or what I'm gonna do, but they will be out whenever I finish them. So I'm going to put glue on the back of these. And you can make these cards whatever size you want. I did the white part 4 inches by 5 inches, and then I just cut the black. I think it was just a little bit bigger than, it's like 4 5/8 or whatever. Just, you know, so you get the frame kind of look on it. But you can choose to do them however you want. I think I wanted this one this way. And then what I would do, because I see, you know, this is black paper, you could either write on it with a white gel pen or put like a piece of paper on the back to turn it into a journaling card, you know. But that's, of course, up to you when you use it. So there's that one. Nice and glued down with its frame. But yes, the white part of my cards is 4 by 5. So that's easy enough. And then you just cut the black a little bit bigger. This one goes this way. Mr. Stuffy Nose, can you not decide what to do today? You're just all over the place. You're usually sleeping under a bed somewhere. Pasha. What are you doing? Oh, gotta lick some more plastic or play with a piece of paper. What's paper? Packing paper. He likes the crinkly of it. I'm surprised he's not down with my daughter and my husband. Okay, so like I have one of the little sayings here. You are every bit of wonderful. That one's a good one. So you could definitely turn these into greeting cards for sure. They would be really nice greeting cards, I feel like. I'm going to put this one at the top. I really like these. They're cute. I really like Mags Woodcock's work. I usually do end up making, you know, being inspired by her. This one says, never let go of your dreams. Get back up in the box in the window. Pasha. That one's going to go here. You don't know what you're doing, huh? You're just trucking around. All right, so then we're going to take a rusty paper clip and put it on there. She kind of just put hers wherever. I don't have the same kind of ones that she has, but let's see what we got here. My variety isn't very extensive. So maybe one here. And then maybe we'll use a bigger one. I don't think I have anything very exciting. I used to, but I think I used them all. I'll just use one of these big ones. We'll kind of put it askew. All right, so that is what I have today. So inspiration by Mags Woodcock in Somerset Studio Magazine, and now I've got my mat all rusty. I'll have to clean it again. Got my hands all rusty. But there's this one. I like the gold, even though I got a little crazy with it. I still like it. All right, and our inspiration was these fun ones. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and we will chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.